Hi, I'm Stacey J and this is my studio and this is my monthly make. My monthly make today, this month, is the Claude Pants from Stylark. We have gone through, we have done a sizing alterations and we have cut up our pattern. I've actually turned mine into something that was on a slab. I will cut in here and put in a secondary alteration I've done for the bagginess of the crutch. Okay, so I will put that in now. Okay, so I've done that. I've pinned my darts. I'm going to sew up my darts. I'm going to sew my backs to my fronts, and I'm going to put the seam allowance in one side of my fly because I'm not putting a fly in, and it's going to just be attached at the crotch, and I'll then throw them on. The chances are my boots still being on are very high. They're fleecy line boots, and I'm cold right now. My hands are still freezing. Mr. Christopher did put my heaters on before I even had got dressed. So they've been on for a while and I can hear them steaming away. But I'm cold. I don't like being cold. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So have funsies watching me do that. So here I am in my little red shorts. I've got some photos I'll pop in, so I'll just move over here. I've got that baggy, crutchy thing going on here, so I'm going to alter the pattern a little bit and take it and scoop it in. It was one of the last diagrams I showed you, and I think it's not tight on my bottom, but it looks like it's pulling under. So I'm going to release the bottom crutch, so it gives me more in the crutch. I did two taking from the crutch in, and I'm going to release the last one back out. Okay, but I definitely think I need to go in this area here because it goes in like that much. So I'm going to scoop that in, okay, and cut that bit out. All right, apart from that, I'm pretty happy with it. The sway backs come in nicely in my spine. Okay, it sits level, okay, with the front. Doesn't sit up anymore. Yes, it's sort of bit there. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to scoop out there, let that one out, and then I'm going to cut my pattern out in a mini. I think I must go and buy that present. But yeah, this is the boot look. Don't worry about the pasty white legs. It is winter. There you go, the boot look. Okay, just quickly before I head off out, I'd like to do these alterations. Now, as you know, I said I took some fabric out of there and I took some fabric out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lengthen that back out. I believe I can fly. I think I still need the crutch depth to go through on me. So I'm just going to undo the sellotape a little bit cautiously because I do not want to rip my pattern. Okay, right. And then I'm just going to place that back there. So it's still giving me the crotch around depth, okay, which is important. Okay, so that's gone back out. But what I think I might do is take that in, that extra centimetre, because I still need that fabric Gomberger. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take that away. So I need it to go under my bum that distance, but I need it out of my bum there. And I might do another split further along here. I think, what do you guys think? You're saying I'm on this game by myself, aren't you? Because it pulled in there. No, I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to leave it. It is meant to be a fuller leg anyway. I'm going to leave this. I've taken that back out. I've taken the crease out of there, which double shortened that height. I was happy with the sway back. That took it out of there too. That added a centimetre. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm just gonna, I want to bump that up a centimetre, half a centimetre. Oh bugger, it's there. It's stuck. She's stuck there. So I've let the crutch back out. Now I've just put a green background because I was told it was a little bit hard to see on the white, to which I apologise. Best cover for a deck table, especially if you trace, is a white background. I used to trace on my big dining room table many moons ago. Well, okay, about 5 years ago. I used to put white paper on it so I could trace, because I trace all my patterns because I fluctuate like a beast. Right, the other part we're doing is the front. Now stand by, I'm going to let that dog out. There's nothing there. No. Mabel, get back on your bed and don't get in trouble with your sister. Okay, so remember I had this baggie here around the crutch. I'm going to let that dog out. No, quiet. Out. Mabel and Willow, there is no... Enough of that. Absolutely naughty. Get inside the house. Vehicles are allowed to drive up the driveway. See, Willow gets you in trouble, Mabel. Willow, not happy. Bob, not happy. Right, back. Might cut all that dogness out. So the other thing is I had that fabric coming in there. So as I taught the other day, the best way to do the mum tum in that. Now I'm all covered up here and my waist is covered as well. So are you kidding? So we want to go in at 1 centimetre. Okay, so I'm going to find my other ruler. Oops, shit, this ruler's falling everywhere. So I just want to go in and out. Okay, so back out to here and just back out to there. Okay, and that will just take out that bit of flesh that was poofy there. So it's just got to dip in. So it's taking out room at my crutch because I don't have the need for that much room. I just want to take it up to that notch because that's where the zipper finishes. Which reminds me, after struggling to find a red zipper, and then I shortened one anyway, I cut this out. See, if I needed more room here, I would have curved out the other way like I did and instructed on the other day. Right, so that's taken out that flesh. Whew, right. Crazy. This is why it's easier to have somebody standing here and me pointing out rather than trying to pin. So I am now, I've done that. So the next step I have, sorry guys, the next step I have to do is going to be the cutting out of my fabric. I will go and check to see if I've got a pink zip now, and I think it is an 18 centimeter zip. Yes. And I'm going to think about these dogs. Right, yay. Next step, we're going to head into Mitre 10 after I check about the zips. Right, so I've tried on my little red shorts with my little boots on. That was also on Friday Sews, but I wanted to add that into this so that we had it all compiled into one little sew. So what I have done today is I have done one other alteration on the front of my pattern. Okay, this is my fabric. I might have shown you on Friday, but like I said, I want to collate it all in. I've done a little bit of a tuck out of a centimetre in the crutch to take out a little bit more of that filament that's going on. I still have it dipping in, and I have just done that. So at the moment, I am laying my fabric on. No, I'm laying my pattern on my fabric. And I will, as the sides are like identical, I'm picking this side to be my wrong side, and I will be able to do my markings on all of that. Any questions? No questions at the minute? Okay. So I'm going to pin this all out and cut it out, and then let's get rolling. Now, I did not buy a zip. I have some zippage. I have zips that are, think of the word, continuous. There we go. Continuous zips, and I believe I'm going to just use one of them. I've got a 3mm continuous zip, so I will use that. So we will get this laid out, and we will talk about how to make them. Right, let's speed this little puppy up. Up here, I haven't pinned them in properly. They take it on the right side of the fabric, cut one of each. So I haven't laid them out properly, but that's where I'm going to take that from that flesh up there. Got that all going on down there. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this out. Easy. Peasy, lemon squeezy. A little bit of a cluster going on here. Right. All out now, and don't forget when you are cutting out your one pieces that you make sure it's the right side of the fabric facing up. So right side of the fabric facing up. So if you were, so I had my right sides together, so that's why I flipped my fabric before I pinned it on. So they're all facing the right side up. I am now going to notch them all, and then I'm going to put my interfacing on them. I don't know if you noticed that when I was cutting out, I always cut with the pattern to the back of my hand. When the blades come up, the blades angle that way, so the flat is there. And when they come together, it lifts the fabric up the least. So the moving of the fabric is not as bad, and then you also can get a nice long slice. Don't cut all the way through. Try and cut just to almost to the end, then ride forward, and then you have small, nice, smooth, actual fabric cuts. There. yep, so what I'm going to do now is go and find me some interfacing, and I'm going to face that and my back piece, and I'm going to cut the notches out, and then I shall be ready to sew. I'll go and find the pink continuous zip too, so that we can make it a real zip without the real, you know, tacky things. Alrighty then, let's get cracking. Are you ready to get started? I have ironed on my interfacing. I have marked the darts in my back, not my front. So I want you to iron on your interfacing on all your interfacing bits, which should be, and I'll read it out to you. It should be 7, 6, 4, 5, 3. Okay, so your fly facing. Your what are they calling this piece here? Let me read it out, what they're calling it. The fly bearer, that's the rectangle piece. The fly piece, the fly bearer, fly facing. And you've got your left facing, your right facing, and your back facing. They should all be covered with interfacing. Now what I tend to do, because you got a left and a right facing, is I normally just shove the pattern piece back on it, just so I know there's notches and they should all match and all that sort of stuff. Just makes my life easier grabbing them. So everything else, all the other pattern pieces, I just go and put in a nice pile so I don't lose them, and then I blow fabric around and then they go on the floor anyway. So I want you to also mark your darts. That is good. And what I like to do with my darts is I like to make, I like to draw from the top down to where the dart ends, pin it, and I've got something nice to guide me on my way up so my darts lines go nice and straight. Then I haven't done my front one. I left that for some unbeknownst reason to myself, but I did, and I will get back to you once I've done that. Actually, what I'll get you to do, the first thing I want to do is I want to overlock my seam here. Okay, so my fly seam, because that's the one we were going to do some work with to add the fly into it. Right, I'm going to unpick it, mark my darts, and then I'm going to overlock my crutch seam, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so if you haven't already, I've just marked my darts. Go to the overlocker and overlock your front crutch all the way up. From there to there. I've got to change overlocking thread. I do not want red overlocking thread. I'm thinking I might put a pretty pink. A pink that might match the edge of my selvage. Thinking. Ooh, that pink looks like it could. There's another one of them. Not too bad. It's a bit pinker, but I don't know if I got the pink that's in between those. This might be. Stand by. Cool, I'm just peeling it. Oh, hi. What do you reckon? I think that's the winner. Put my paley pinks back, and I've got 4 of those. One can go on the sewing machine, and the others can go on the overlocker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a bobbin. What's that doing sitting there? Yellow bobbin. Right. I'll split this and get my overlock pinked out, and then I will Also fill a bobbin up with this because there is top stitching, and I think this will be a nice pink that pops out. I've literally, I think I've just seen a fabric that would make a nice one of these for my pants. I've made one before with you guys. I didn't really like it. I have it, but I don't think I wear it very much. I don't like the facing inside it. It just sort of made it, I don't know, I just didn't really like it. But the lady who is on Perfect Jackets, yep, I believe it's Perfect Jackets, she makes them all the time and she beads them like a demon. Perfect Jackets is who she's with. She also makes pancake dresses. I think that's what they call. Mum loves them. It's making a tiered dress without making a tiered dress. This is a bit fussy to come off. Fussy-ender. Oh, come on. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to it. Overlock the crutch. I'm going to change my overlocking thread and overlock my crutch. Not my actual crutch, but yeah, and I will get back to you very, very soon. Literally seconds. Okay, so I've overlocked. The pink looks really good. I think pink, nice, done. And now what I'm doing is just grabbing the tops where it's been snipped. Get my pin, stick it through the two of the line that I drew. Take it down about midway. When you stick the pin in, make sure it's coming back through your line and then down to the bottom. Okay, so again, now I've marked on the wrong side, so it's easy to fold it and you still get to see the lines. And okay, I'll do the other one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stitch our darts. Now a lot of people say don't do this, don't do that with darts. You know, I just make sure they come to a point at the end, and usually off the fabric. I thought that was something on my fabric, but it's not. It's there for good, forever, not coming out unless I really wreck it. You can go all the way down the end instead of snipping off, or you can pull it out a bit. Get the strings and tie knots in it. That is one way to finish off your dart, but I always like to go over a few stitches over the tip. I always do it like this. It's just the way I do it. Not saying it's the right way, just my way. I just wing it. I just don't like there to be a gap at the bottom. If there's a gap at the bottom, it tends to pucker. And nobody wants that going on. Okay, the last one is coming up now. Oh, the dogs have just opened that door. Sent in a rush of chill. And here we go.